Defenders of Earth. The Alien Invasion. Hey there, friends. Globe, imagine this. A serene view of Earth from space. Our beautiful blue planet just floating there, peaceful and calm. The continents, the swirling clouds, it's absolutely breathtaking. Everything seems perfect, right? But wait a second, what's that tiny flicker in the distance? Telescope sparkles way out in the vastness of space. There's a faint glimmer. Something moving, something unfamiliar. It's subtle at first, barely noticeable, but it's definitely heading our way. You know, we've always been curious about the universe. Gazing up at the stars, wondering if we're alone out here. Milky Way, little did we know, the universe was watching us back. And sometimes, the unknown decides to pay a visit. That's where our story begins. Let me take you to the International Space Observatory. It's late at night, and the place is buzzing with activity. Scientists are doing their thing, scanning the skies, sipping coffee to stay awake. Hot beverage. Dr. Emily Carter, the lead astronomer and absolute genius, notices something odd on her monitor. "Hey team, come check this out," she calls out, her eyes glued to the screen. A cluster of unidentified objects moving at incredible speeds, towards Earth. The room goes quiet as everyone gathers around. They run the data through every analysis tool they've got. "These aren't meteors," one scientist mutters. "And they're definitely not satellites," adds another. The realization hits them like a ton of bricks. These are spacecraft, and they're not from around here. "Are you saying we're looking at alien ships?" someone finally whispers. Dr. Carter nods slowly. "It appears so." Open mouth face. Time to hit the panic button. Dr. Carter contacts global authorities immediately. Phones start ringing off the hook. Within hours, governments around the world are scrambling. Emergency protocols are activated, and the world's leaders are waking up to some very unsettling news. Next thing you know, it's all over the news. Every channel, every feed, it's the only thing people are talking about. Alien fleet approaching Earth. Headlines flash across screens. Social media is going wild. People are freaking out. We're talking full-on panic mode. Fearful face newspaper. World leaders convene in an emergency virtual summit. Think of it like the most high-stakes Zoom call ever. PC, they decide it's time to put aside their differences and work together. They establish the Earth Defense Coalition, EDC, uniting resources and military forces from every corner of the globe. Officials make public announcements urging calm. Easier said than done, right? They introduce General Marcus Lee, appointed leader of the Earth's Space Army. His presence is reassuring. He's got that "don't worry, I've got this" vibe. Biceps. Militaries from around the world start collaborating like never before. Soldiers, pilots, engineers, they're all brought together under the EDC. We meet some key players. Captain Aidan Walker, a top-notch pilot known for his guts and improvisation skills. Lieutenant Sofia Ramirez, a tactical genius who's always 3 steps ahead. Dr. Kenji Tanaka, the tech wizard who's been dreaming of this kind of contact his whole life. Training camps are set up, and everyone is working around the clock. It's intense, but there's a shared sense of purpose. They know what's at stake. Dr. Tanaka and his team unveil some seriously cool tech. We're talking advanced spacecraft equipped with plasma cannons, energy shields, and stealth capabilities. Engineers are tweaking and testing to make sure everything works perfectly. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Flying saucer wrench. In the war room, they pore over data. "We need to anticipate their moves," Lieutenant Ramirez says, analyzing possible strategies. The plan is to intercept the alien fleet before they reach Earth's orbit. It's risky, but it's their best shot. The alien ships finally enter our solar system, and the images are both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Sleek, dark vessels with glowing lights and an otherworldly design. Telescopes and satellites capture every detail, and people around the world are glued to their screens. Alien rocket. Earth's leaders send out messages of peace. They try everything, different languages, mathematical sequences, you name it. But there's no response. Then, suddenly, our communication satellites start going offline one after another. It's like someone's pulling the plug on Earth's internet. Not good. "That's a hostile act if I've ever seen one," General Lee says grimly. With communication down, it's clear the aliens aren't here for a friendly chat. Time to prepare for battle. The day of reckoning arrives. Earth's fleet launches into space from bases all around the world. Families watch as their loved ones take off, some waving flags, others holding back tears. It's a mix of pride and fear. Captain Walker sits in his cockpit, flipping switches and checking gauges. He glances at a photo of his family taped to the dashboard. "I'll be back," he whispers. Airplane. As they approach the alien fleet near the moon, the tension is palpable. Then, without warning, lasers start firing. The battle has begun. Earth's pilots showcase incredible skill, dodging enemy fire and making impressive maneuvers. It's an epic showdown, but the aliens' technology is advanced, more advanced than they anticipated. Ships are hit, and pilots are lost. Captain Walker watches in horror as his wingman and best friend is shot down. "No," he shouts, his heart sinking. The reality of war hits hard. Realizing they're outmatched, General Lee orders a retreat. Back at the base, the mood is somber. They've suffered heavy losses, and morale is low. But they know they can't give up. Dr. Tanaka dives into the battle data, analyzing every bit of information. After hours of work, he finally spots something. "Their shields have a vulnerability," he exclaims. "If we can exploit it, we might stand a chance." They come up with a daring plan. A small team will infiltrate the alien flagship and deploy a prototype weapon targeting the shield's weak point. It's dangerous, but it might be their only hope. Captain Walker volunteers without hesitation. "Count me in," he says firmly. The team gears up for the mission. Captain Walker, Lieutenant Ramirez, Dr. Tanaka, and a few elite soldiers prepare to face the unknown. There's a mix of determination and nerves. "We've trained for this," Ramirez reminds them. "Let's bring our people home." Using stealth technology, they slip past the alien defenses. It's a nail-biting sequence. One wrong move, and it's all over. They manage to dock on the alien flagship undetected. The inside is a maze of strange corridors and glowing symbols. Everything inside the ship is alien, literally. Gravity feels lighter, the air has an unusual taste, and there's a constant hum that's unsettling. They move cautiously, weapons at the ready. They reach the core, a massive chamber pulsating with energy. Dr. Tanaka sets up the device, fingers flying over the controls. But then, alarms blare. Revolving light alien soldiers appear, and a firefight erupts. Blaster fire fills the air. During the chaos, one of the team members is injured. Realizing they won't all make it out, Captain Walker makes a split-second decision. "Go," he shouts. "I'll hold them off." The others protest, but he won't hear it. As they escape, Captain Walker sends a final message. "Tell my family I love them. Finish the mission." He turns to face the oncoming aliens, determined to buy his team the time they need. Back on their ship, the team watches as the device activates. A shockwave ripples through space. The alien ship's shields flicker and then collapse. "It worked," Dr. Tanaka exclaims. "All units, attack now." General Lee orders. Earth's forces launch a renewed assault. With the alien shields down, they finally have the upper hand. One by one, the alien ships are destroyed. Realizing they're defeated, the remaining alien ships retreat, disappearing into deep space. Cheers erupt among the Earth's fleets. The battle is over. Humanity has won. Back on Earth, the news spreads like wildfire. People flood the streets, cheering and celebrating. Strangers hug each other, fireworks light up the sky, and there's a global sense of relief and triumph. Party popper glowing star. Ceremonies are held to honor the brave souls who sacrificed their lives. Captain Walker is hailed as a hero. His family accepts a medal on his behalf, tears of pride and sorrow in their eyes. Dr. Carter and Dr. Tanaka stand together, gazing up at the night sky. "We faced the unknown and survived," she says softly. "But what else is out there?" He nods thoughtfully. "Whatever it is, we'll be ready." Rebuilding begins. Communities come together to repair the damage. The EDC decides to maintain the Space Army, investing in even better technology and training. The world has changed, but it's more united than ever before. Our final shot is of Earth from space. The sun rises, casting a golden glow over the planet. A satellite drifts by, and in the distant stars, there's a faint glimmer, a reminder that the universe is vast, and the future is full of possibilities. Sunrise sparkles. This story is dedicated to the spirit of unity and resilience. It shows that when we stand together, we can overcome any challenge. Let's remember to carry that unity into our everyday lives. After all, we're all passengers on this tiny blue dot in the universe. Blue Heart.